Bing, boing, bing. Everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skip. Hey guys, everybody has a story to tell with Toddy One Skipping. Boy, some people got these tall tales about grandparents being taken away and how they're triggered and how it can't be their fault because they're working with their heart and how they just don't want to take accountability and responsibility and give half-assed apologies and all of that stuff. I stayed away from this guy, Mr. Watson. As soon as he would not converse with me, I blocked him. I didn't say anything more. I'm saying something now because I blocked him, didn't say anything more about the guy, right? And the guy's got me dragged into his shit because he doesn't take responsibility and he don't like women. Look at the people he's tried to pick on. Women. He said something about me not liking Layla's toys. Don't speak for me. I don't have a problem with Layla's toys. The only problem I had, sir, was with you. And the only thing I ever did was say nicely to you, man, I wouldn't have your kid's picture on your channel. And the reason was because you were on two sides. It was polarized. Why put your kid out there? I've been on YouTube for a while. I had something back in 2013. It was called Endformance. It wasn't big. There was some shows that did all right, but I know how cruel people could be out here. So why would you put your kid's face there? That's all I was saying. You said I threatened your kid. You said I said stuff about you. No. You said stuff about me. Remember nappy hair? Remember go troll her? Remember pill popper? Remember alcoholic? Remember all that stuff? That's called projection, sir. That's what's going on your end. And you tried to blame it on me. You tried to blame your channel's failure on me. You tried to blame the fact that you don't fact check on everybody and out of the kindness of your heart. You claimed that you were law enforcement. Clearly not. Clearly not. You got trolled. You got trolled, sir. You had people willing to help you. Not to make money, but just to help you. We were all on the side of the Whittakers. No, sir, you were on the side of making money, and then you don't even want to take responsibility for that. You were bribing your channel. If I get 10,000 subscribers, I'll give somebody $100, and you want to say it's not about clicks and views? You can't talk like that on YouTube because everything on YouTube stays forever. Everything on the internet stays forever. You got a video that you couldn't even use critical thinking about. You said it was definitely 100% abuse, and you had a bunch of people look at that video and nobody saw it. And you know what some people saw? Timmy with longer hair. And they said, how could this be this isn't even a new video. I saw somebody say it when I was watching somebody else's channel. I don't want to put her name out here because I don't want her to be part of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only person that needs to be held accountable here is you, sir. You called Ernie Evans a puppet. Right away, you called him a puppet. And then you take a video from him. Or you think you take a video from him. Why would Ernie Evans get that video? Sir, by the time you get your channel up and running again, you might have a little bit of experience the hard way, but you still don't get it because you should have apologized to this community for calling yourself a fact-based channel and not providing facts. Sir, you owed an apology to this community because you said you were bringing fact-based stuff in here and you didn't. And when you do things like that, it's a credibility issue that's done on YouTube. So it doesn't even make YouTube look good. So yeah, you owe the community an apology, but, you know, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, sir. I don't care enough to. We're trying to actually bring in things that are fact-based. You know, I try to show receipts of things. I'm not going to go ahead and hold a video of somebody being ABUSE like you did and claim I'm triggered and not go to the cops. No, you went to YouTube because it was about clicks and views. I got this video It's definitely of Timmy being abused. Did you forget that you said that, sir? You said that, sir. And then you want people to forget. You want to talk around this. No, sir. No. Just own your shit, sir. Be responsible. Be a man. Be a man and be responsible. I had nothing to do with what happened here. But you tried to fuck me up, sir. You know, you tried to do that. And let me tell you something. People see things for what they is. People see things for what they is, sir. And they see you for what you is, sir. You got that YouTube fame in your head. You believe your own hype. I know what it's like. You got love bombed, sir. That's when you get on your knees, sir. That's when you get on your knees and you don't forget where you come from and who you are. Because full disclosure, and I know I've talked about this on my other channel. When my channel started taking off and I was getting love bombed, I started going back to church because I needed somebody to make sure to remind me that I am not who they think I am. I am just some person in front of a computer screen talking, just like you or your iPad or your phone or whatever. Anybody can do it. If you believe your own hype, you got a problem, sir. You have a lot of things wrong in your life to think that you're all that. People didn't come to you because of your wonderful personality. Try talking about something else on YouTube. I saw your channel to see, because I wanted to see, well, how long has he been on YouTube? How long has he been covering the Whittakers? He's claiming I'm just covering the Whittakers. He's not paying attention. I was covering the Whittakers over a year and a half ago on another channel. No. If he'd have had it his way, he would have taken my credibility away. But he couldn't, because some of you have critical thinking, thank God. And you did go check me out. And you were like, oh shit, she ain't lying. She's been covering that channel. And oh shit, I could see she's giving money away. Not to the Whittakers yet, but she's giving away to 5 other organizations. See, some people do believe what people say. And that's what you were counting on to ruin me. Because I just said I wouldn't put my kid's face on there. Like that, you shouldn't put your kid's face on there. And then, sir, after an exchange, I called you a tool. You're right, but that's not what you called me. You accused me of stuff that you were doing, and people saw it. People could see it. And let us be 1,000% clear here. If this man didn't destroy his own YouTube career, he'd still be out here spewing shit about everybody else because he's learned nothing. He is manipulating, in my opinion, manipulating people for forgiveness. Yeah, you're a man, sir. You're a man. So seriously, I mean, all I did was, at the beginning, all this started because I said to him, I wouldn't put my kid's face on there. You probably shouldn't put your kid's face on there. Why would you put your kid's face on there? And, yeah, so he didn't, hey. Nor should you give out his phone number, sir. Maybe I should have told you that, too. It didn't matter. You didn't listen the other time, either. Until enough people told you, and then you took his face off. You were just determined to just be it on YouTube. To take over everybody. To be the man that people go to for the Whittakers. That's what was most important to you. And you didn't care if you ruined other people's credibility along the way. Sir, these are streets out here. YouTube streets. Somebody's going to kick that in your head at some point. YouTube streets. And you kind of stay in your own lane, sir. It's kind of like life. You stay in your own lane. People leave you alone. You leave people alone. It works that way. But no, sir. You tried to spew. You tried to take away things that people have worked hard for. And yet you want people to have sympathy for what you worked hard for 2 weeks. Sir, thank God, again, people have critical thinking. Because I had proof. I have proof. I haven't taken down my channel. All that proof was inside of my descriptions. All people had to do was click on that. They'd go to the other channel, see videos from a year and a half old. But no. So I looked on your channel, sir, and then I saw a bunch of videos of you and your son with 76 views, 100 views. You have the idea, sir, that people are coming to your channel because they like you. Big mistake. You don't get that yet. You don't get that yet. You get to earn that through people. You have to work on that through people. You don't get that in a week's time. You don't get that in a week's time. Now, Layla's Toys, I am going to speak of them. I haven't heard that man say a bad word about anybody. I didn't say a bad word about him except refer to him as the Santa Claus man. So don't go starting shit here. I'm not going to let you start shit, sir. I've stayed away because I didn't want anything, but you still are bringing me into things. Well, now I'm going to say, I don't believe you are a cop. Why do you think? Because you don't use critical thinking. That's why. I mean, cops usually don't work with their heart. They work with their head. We count on that. We count on them to use critical thinking. You clearly, sir, need to go find some. You didn't care about Timmy. I don't care about your grandfather, to be honest with you. If this is the way you cared about Timmy, you had to have a bunch of people tell you to report that incident. You didn't have the common sense to do it yourself, sir. You had to have everybody in your chat beat you down to call the cops. And then you dox yourself. And you had people that were willing to say, hey, listen, do you need help? Hey, listen. And you wanted to do it on your own. Well, now you're there on your own. There you go. How's it feel? Because you did it. You saw things. You saw celebrity and stuff. Sir, it's YouTube. Anybody could do it. Do you not see children sometimes on here doing it? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And when I say children, to be honest with you, I mean 18 and over. Because I'm 62. I consider them children. And I still am not 100% sure that I agree with 18-year-olds coming on here and doing stuff. But those aren't the channels that I pay attention to. That's because I'm a 62-year-old woman, so I'm not really paying attention to those channels. But there are people that do get YouTube famous. I'm sitting inside my home looking at a computer, so were you. You were the same guy that you were 2 weeks ago before the Whittaker shit happened, sir. And you forgot that. You let YouTube, celebrity, get into your head. YouTube, sir. Come on, man. Like, you need a reality check. You need a reality check. I guess you got one. There's got to be a giant void in somebody's life for them to take something that they got for 2 weeks and have it fill all the gaps. And then when that shit goes to hell, you just start spinning out of control. Sir, you got an old video. You didn't look at it. I didn't catch it, but I didn't put it up. You know how many things people send me? I mean, and I won't put it up. I won't put it up because I don't want to put... Sometimes I won't even put things up that I know are true because I just think it's distasteful. It's not about clicks and views, sir. I got to live with myself. I have to live with myself. You called me a thing. Yeah, you called me a thing. You tried to send people over to my channel. Sir, you think that was the first time I've ever been trolled, sir? Yeah. Still never broke down and cried on YouTube, by the way. Not over this. I've cried about heartbreaking situations like the Corey Michelo. I did cry over the Whittakers too. But I haven't cried over somebody trying to destroy me. Yeah, it's YouTube, sir. It's YouTube. You're not a movie star. You're not Mr. Celebrity. It's a YouTube channel, sir, where nobody gave a shit until you started talking about the Whittakers. So it's not you. It's the Whittakers. Try putting something else up. Let's see how many people come to your channel and say, oh, Mr. Watson, wait, I can't wait for what he has to say. Well, now maybe, because you're kind of not very popular, and unfortunately people go for that. I'm not going to say anything else about you, sir, because you're not worth my time. But I'm not going to sit here and let you bring me into your shit when I was well out of it. I had nothing to do with this. I didn't start this. I didn't do anything, sir. You took my words as God knows what, and it's in my opinion because you saw a lesbian in front of you, and God forbid I know something that could help you. I don't give a shit what happens to you, sir. I don't have the compassion anymore that maybe other people have, especially when somebody half-asses apologizes and then blames other people for it. You did it to yourself. And by the way, didn't somebody say that his kid... See, I didn't watch that. I had people saying, oh man, you got to see this. And I said to myself, I can't watch that. If I would get no joy out of watching that. And then I heard that your kid was on there. You doxed his phone number. And then at the end or something, the kid says, are you mad at me, Dad? Or don't be mad at me, Dad. That's what you showed the world, sir. You did that all on your own because you thought you were going to get all these great views, and you ended up looking a fool. And I guess you'll learn from it or you won't. And I'm sure I'm going to get blamed for showing you the mirror, but you're responsible for that reflection, not me. That's all I'm going to say on this. I'm not going to say anything more about it. I have no desire to talk to this man. I don't want to talk to this man. I have no more grace for this man. It went out the window when he started calling me names after I did absolutely nothing and left him alone. I've left him alone, and he's still trying to bring me into his shit that he caused himself. Sir, grow some and take some responsibility. That's what needs to be done. Guys, this is Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip, and that's it. That's it. You guys have a good night. I'm going to do some Whittaker coverage. I'm going to do some other coverage too. So take care, guys. Thanks. Bing, boing, bing. Everybody Has a Story to Tell with Toddy One Skip.